Hello, 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 everybody. Okay, welcome back to the stream. Sorry I had to use the restroom. Okay, so Mozilla CSS property references. Common CSS property references. The following is a basic list of the most common CSS properties within the equivalent of the DOM notation, which is usually XS from JavaScript. What is that? Direct Object Model, right? DOM? Is that what that stands for? What is DOM? Document Object Model. There we go. Just to kind of see like a picture of what DOM is. So we have a document, HTML, the head and the body. Okay. And so we're in the DOM. Gotcha. And so we got background, border color, so it's the color of an element's border. Okay, let's try red, or let's try like what's that, right? But I don't see it. No. So how do we add a border? Okay, hold on. Border solid. Oh, cancel. Cool. So this is going to be very useful. So let's go ahead and add this to our front end. So CSS property references. And it gives us a list of everything. Oh, I wonder if we can... Okay, let's go back over here. Interesting. I think we read this one. I think we got the understanding of specificity. If it's like an ID, it's higher than a class. Class is higher than a type. The inline would show here. I think the inline is higher. Yep. Inline IDs, classes, elements. Sounds like it was right down my road. Okay. So now we have some of that kind of cool stuff to go look at. The CSS Cascade, I think we read that. Changing the font family. I don't think we read this. Okay, this is CSS font family. There's flex. Okay. Let's just mark this one as complete and see what's next. But we're definitely gonna have to come back to this page. What does it say? How you remember recipe page you created? Well, let's fix the adding some CSS to it. How do you actually sell it completely? It's completely open, but you should use the external CSS method for this practice. Okay, so I like that so far. Border, solid. Oh, no. Okay, CSS font family explained. By default, you can only choose from a handful of web-safe fonts to use in CSS. While they are practical and popular, they might not be much of use if you want to create a unique design. To be able to add a custom CSS font family and use it in your document, you need to use the @FontFace rule. Okay, so we can load how to use downloaded font, so it tells us there. Install the file. So we can add some fancy stuff. This will be important. Add this to front end. Lesson completed. Next. Oh man, I'll be back. I'm back. I'm back. All right. So, all right. Okay. This section is called, or this lesson is called, Inspecting HTML and CSS. Being able to inspect and debug your HTML and CSS is critical to front-end development. This lesson will take us to the Chrome Devtools, which allow you to see detailed information about your elements and CSS rules, as well as assist you in finding and fixing your problems in your code. In this lesson, we're going to be learning about. Sorry, I ate real fast. I feel like I was gone for a very long time. Here, let me see the room. Huh? What do you want on? Let me see. Hey, give Daddy the other remote. Give Daddy the other remote. It's over here by your eggies. Give Daddy the other remote so that Daddy can turn up the volume. Right here, baby. Right here. On the couch. Look, by your eggies. By your eggies. Over here, baby. Look. At your eggies. Give Daddy the remote. Give Daddy the remote. Look. Look, baby. Look. Look where Daddy's pointing. Look where Daddy's pointing. The remote. Thank you. Let me see it so Daddy can turn on the volume. Give it to Daddy. Alright. Okay. Okay, no. There we go. And you wanna watch that one? Okay. The one where he's crying? Okay, in this lesson, you're going to learn that you will know, or okay, you will know how to access the element inspector. Okay, you'll learn how. You will know how to access the element inspector. You will know how to select and inspect specific elements, and you will know how to test out HTML and CSS. Did I just do that? In the inspector. The inspector. To open up the inspector, you can right-click on any element of a web page, and click Inspect Element, or press F12 for example. If you navigate to our home page, and you open the inspector, you might see something that looks a little like a bit below. Note that if you're already logged into top, you will not see this page shown below. If you want to stay logged in, use incognito mode to your browser equivalent to separately view the page. Don't get overwhelmed with all the tools you're seeing now. For this lesson, we want to focus on the elements and style pane. So if we open up a new one and we go to the Odin project, right, and then we want to inspect this button. Inspect. Now we inspected this button. It has a button primary class. Button primary. And then there's a div right above it. And we kind of see how and we can see the elements. Okay, let's go back to the Odin project. This is actually going to give us a better understanding on how to set up our web page. Okay, so inspecting elements. In the elements pane, you can see the entire HTML structure of your page. You can click on any of the elements in the same pane to select a specific element. Alternatively, you can click the blue highlighted icon shown below this and hover over any element on the page. So let's try that actually. So boom, and then we can hover and it'll tell us. Right. Okay. Get down, Tina. Easy, get down. My cat will not leave me alone today. Okay. So then we can go and there we go. The font is Open Sans Nua. So we can see like all the information And this is toggle device toolbar. So yeah, here we go. And we can see last curriculum update about 9 hours ago. Oh, okay. And it tells us what it says too. So view full curriculum. And it even gives us the contrast of the color, the hex value of the color, all that kind of stuff. So that's really cool. Right? So when an element is selected, the Styles tab will show all the currently applied styles, as well as any styles that are being overwritten, indicated by a strike through of the text. For example, if you use the inspector to click on the Your Career in Devtools, it starts here, header on the top of the page. On the right hand side, you'll see all the styles that are currently affecting the element as seen below. So let's go back to inspect. Right, and all the styles we can see here. Does that gold 500 MX? So font light H1. And then it kind of shows anything that's nested, right? So that div, class temp container, and we can see everything that it's tied to. That's actually quite a bit. And then we can kind of see the margin, border, padding, and then what the element is here. Does that change based on? It does. It does change. Let's actually maximize this. welcome. Excuse me. Welcome to the stream. Okay. So we can see all the styles that were that this one is affected, right? All the styles. All right. So we go here, and it said text gold. What was it telling us? The accent in each one. Margin bottom. Okay, so ours are overwritten here. Oh, we can uncheck these. Cool. Okay, but right now ours are crossed out from what they used to be. Accent.
Please, get my tablet.
Your tablet? Okay. Here. Is it charged? Go take it to mommy. Go take it to mommy, baby. Mommy's gonna help you start it. Go take it to mommy. There we go. Sorry, Tina. Okay. Testing styles in the inspector. The inspector pane, the styles pane also allows you to edit styles directly in the browser. You can click inside of any individual selector to add a new rule, or click on an existing attribute or add value to alter it. Click on an existing attribute or value to alter it. In the below image, we have altered the value of margin bottom .hero heading class, and the web page responds with the changes in real time. This won't affect the source code in your text editor, but it is extremely useful for quickly testing out various attributes and values without needing to reload the page over and over again. So when we're in, cool. So like if I wanted to, I can change all this, right? Yeah. See, and then it changes. Okay. So we can like, anyway, so we're gonna go like this, there, boom, and we don't have hero anymore, do we? Ring set, H1, there's a hero with HTML. Okay. We altered the value of margin bottom in the .hero main heading class, and the web page responds with changes in real time. Go through the following sections of the official Chrome DevTools docs. Don't navigate to any other pages linked here, just get familiar with what tools are available in the DevTools, rather than how to use all of them right now. Open Chrome DevTools, similar to what we went over above, but with some nice extras. View and change CS. Be sure to follow along with any interactive instructions. Getting started with viewing and changing through any part that uses the JavaScript console. Alright, so we're going to go... I accidentally opened that, didn't I? Let's exit out of there, and let's close that for now. We can open this later. Full screen this, and let's go to official DevTools docs. Don't navigate to any other pages linked here, just get familiar with what the tools are available. Okay. Whoa. There's a lot of information here. Okay, so it says, just to get started, don't navigate to any other pages linked here. Just get familiar with what tools are available in the DevTools rather than how to use them all right now. Open Chrome DevTools. Okay, so let's go see what they have. So get started with the docs built in Chrome. So Google Chrome's built-in web developer tools. Open Chrome DevTools. Of all the ways that you can open Chrome, Chrome DevTools. What's new in DevTools? Stay up to date with the latest DevTool changes and engineering blog. Learn how the team builds new features in DevTools. And then there's command shortcuts, run commands. In the command menu, disable JavaScript, keyword shortcuts, simulate mobile devices with the device mode, elements, getting started with viewing and changing the DOM, view properties of DOM, view and change CS, inspect CS grid, inspect and debug CSS Flexbox layouts. Then there's a whole console overview and sources panel. Snippets, okay, and that's the JavaScript stuff, and then network, inspect network activity, network feature reference, view page resources, performance, analyze runtime performance, learn how to evaluate runtime performance in Chrome DevTools, and perform features reference a specific, okay. Okay, so first, let's get an overview, huh? So we'll go to that one next. So overview. Let's get an understanding. Chrome Devtools is a set of web developer tools built directly into Google Chrome browser. Devtools can help you edit pages on the fly and diagnose problems quickly, with which ultimately helps you build better websites faster. Build better sites faster with Chrome Devtools. Let's watch this little video. Oh, it's not even a little video. Check out this video for live demonstrations of core Devtools workflows, including debugging CSS, prototyping CSS, debugging JavaScript, and analyzing log performance. So, open the Devtools. There are many ways to open Devtools because different users want quick access to different parts of the Devtools UI. When you want to work with the DOM or CSS, right-click an element on the page and select Inspect to jump into the Elements panel. Or press Command-Option-C, Control-Shift-C. So Control-Shift-C will open up Devtools, and go. When you want to see log messages or run JavaScript, press Control-Shift-J to jump into the command console. Okay, so Control-Shift-C and Control-Shift-J. Open issues to view 2 issues. Breaking change, 1 possible improvement. Deprecated feature used. Event.path is deprecated and will be removed in 109 around January 2023. Please use event.composePath instead. Huh. Okay. So there's something here on the base JavaScript file at line 1684. And I actually want to go see that. What did I want to? Event path. This type, source, current target, related target, cement, shift key, this, control, alt, rotation, scale 1, touches, null, dot, event, this dot, event, spot, this, scale, rotation, element, node, parent, target. Okay. Anyway, that didn't do nothing for me. But that's under sources. So you can see there's a JS base element and then the main JavaScript. And then you have your index file. Wow, looks like nothing's in here. Is there nothing in the... That's it. Everything else is written in... Everything else written in JavaScript? Hold on. I want to see. Let's go to elements. Right? It's like everything is written in... Okay, because like, let's say I want to... Gotcha. No, okay. I'm just... Cool. Okay, sorry. Playing around too much.
To find you around the web under this username, I do Chrome Devtools DevRel, which mainly means I write documentation. That's my main focus.
Okay, we'll come back to that later. Get started. If you're more experienced web developer, here are the recommended starting points for learning how how DevTools can improve your productivity. View and change the DOM, view and change the page's style, debug JavaScript, view messages and run JavaScript in the console, optimize website speed, and inspect network activity. Discover Devtools. Okay, the Devtools UI can be a little overwhelming. There are so many tabs, but if you take some time to get familiar with each tab to understand what's possible, you may discover that Devtools can seriously boost your productivity. Device mode. Simulate mobile devices. Device mode. Test responsive and device-specific viewports. Emulate sensors, geolocation, accelerometer. Oh, cool. I like that. So you just test responsive and device specific viewports. What do you mean by that? By default, the device toolbar opens in responsive viewport mode. Drag the handles to resize. Let's go back. Element panel. So in the element panel, view and change the DOM in CSS. Get started with viewing and changing the DOM. Getting started with viewing and changing CSS. Inspect and tweak your pages. Edit styles. Edit the DOM. Inspect animations. Find unused CSS. Console panel. So view messages and run JavaScript from the console. Getting started with the console. Using the console. Interact. So this kind of gives us. So that's elements. That's the console. Sources panel. Oh, the console allows us to get started with JavaScript and APIs, all that good stuff. Debug JavaScript persist. Oh, that's for sources panel. So the sources panel. Debug JavaScript persist changes made in Devtools across page reload. Save and run snippets of JavaScript and save changes that you make in Devtools to disk. Get started with debugging JavaScript. Pause your code with breakpoints. Save changes to disk with workspaces. Run snippets of code from any page. JavaScript debugging references. Persist changes across page reloads with local overrides, and find unused JavaScript. And then there's a network panel, which gives us all the information. View and debug network activity. Network issue guide, all that kind of good stuff. And then there's a performance panel, and we can see in Chrome Pt.8 the timeline panel was renamed to performance panel. Optimize website speed. Okay. Find a way to improve and load runtime, and then this memory panel. Whatever this does. So we can kind of see where we drop frames, where we're good, and then memory panel. I have YouTube open? Oh, I do. I do have YouTube open on this page. Okay, a fixed memory problem, application panel. Oh, there's more. Inspect all resources that are loaded, including IndexedDB or Web SQL databases, local and session storage, cookies, application cache, images, fonts, and style sheets. So debug all this. Debug progressive web apps, inspect and manage storage, databases, caches, and that's going to be in the application. Security, debug mixed content issues, certificate problems, and more. And then community, file bug reports. Once you alert us of a bug or feature, but don't have much time, you're welcome to send a tweet. We reply and send announcements on the account regularly. For help with using Devtools, Stack Overflow is the best channel. And oh, I forgot to save Stack Overflow. Alright, at least okay, we won't worry about that right now. Let's go back. Okay, cool. Okay, so nice little overview. Right what the tools are. Open Chrome Devtools. So let's go here. And let's close that. Open Chrome Web Tools. There are many ways to open Chrome Web Devtools because different users want fast access to different parts of the Devtools UI. Okay, so we can right click and inspect. We can do Control-Shift-C to open the inspection, or we can open Control-Shift-J to open up the console. Open the last panel you had open, Control-Shift-I. Open Devtools from Chrome's main menu. So we click here and go to More Tools, Devtools. Right. And then auto open Devtools on every new tab. Open Chrome from the command line and pass the auto open Devtools for tabs flag. This will only work if an instance of Chrome is not already running. From then on, every new tab will automatically open Devtools until a user finally quits Chrome. Ah. But that's only if I'm running it in the console, right? Chrome from the command line and pass the I think I want to try that, but I don't know how exactly that's going to work. Okay. But I will do it manually. View and change CSS. So let's see. Elements, right? View and change CSS. View and change CSS. Complete these interactive tutorials to learn the basic of viewing and changing a page of CSS using Chrome Web Tools. Right-click the Inspect Me text below and select Inspect. The Elements panel of Devtools opens. The Inspect Me element is highlighted in the DOM tree. One more time. Right? Okay, so now it's highlighted. Let's actually open this up a little more. Okay. In the DOM tree, find the value of the data message attribute for the inspect me element. Data message. Find the value. Okay, so now we gotta go find what Oh, okay. Okay. Whack-a-do. Ah. The Styles tab on the Elements panel lists the CSS rules being applied. Okay, so Aloha, right? Display inline bullet. So the Styles tab on the Elements panel lists the CSS rules being applied to whatever element is currently selected in the DOM tree, which should be the Inspect Me element in this case. Find the Aloha class rule. The fact that you see this rule means that it's being applied to the Inspect Me element. The Aloha class is declaring a value for padding. Enter that value in the text here. Okay, so the Aloha has a padding of 1 EM. Okay. So now, figure 1, the inspected element is highlighted blue in the DOM trees. Right. If you like to dock your Devtools window to the right of your viewport, like you see in figure 1, see change Devtool placement. Looks like I'm pretty good. Okay. Figure 2, CSS classes being applied to the selected. Let's see. Don't call me. Okay. Alright. Sorry. Add a CSS circulation to an element. Use the Styles tab when you want to change. Okay. When you want to change or add CSS circulation to an element, right-click the Add a Background Color to Me text to inspect. Oh, there we go. Okay. Click element.style near the top of the Styles tab. Click element.style. Where is... Oh, okay. Type background color. And type honey dew. Enter. Ah. Now it changed. Okay, the background color honeydew declaration has been applied to the element via the element style section. Add CSS to an element. Use the Styles tab to see how an element looks when a CSS class is applied or removed from an element. So right click here, inspect, add a class to me. Click .cls Devtools reveals a text box where you can add classes to the selected element. Click .cls and type color me, right? And the add new class and hit enter. Okay. Where you can toggle the class on and off of the added class to me element. Had any other classes applied to it, you'd also be able to toggle them from here. Okay. The color me class has been applied to the element via the .cls selection of the styles tab. Use the Styles tab to permanently apply a CSS pseudostate to an element. Devtools supports active focus, hover, visited, and others. Hover over me, and the background changes. Right click and inspect. And in the Styles tab, click this. The background color changes like before, even though you're not actually hovering over the element. Toggling the hover pseudo state on an element. So it already had a hover. Right? Let's see. Hover. What? Okay. Anyway. Change the dimensions of an element. Use the box model interactive diagram in the Styles tab. Box model interactive diagram on the Styles tab to change the width, height, padding, margin, or border length of an element. So we're going to right click, inspect, and then at the very bottom, the box model diagram in the Styles tab, hover over padding. The element's padding is highlighted in the viewport. Okay? You may need to scroll to the bottom of the okay, yeah, gotcha. Double click the left margin in the box model, which currently has a value of hyphen or negative, meaning the element doesn't have a left margin. Type 100 and press enter. The box model defaults to pixels, but it also accepts other values such as 25% or 10 VW. Hovering over the element's padding, and you can for most of the here. Change that stuff margin. Okay, sorry guys, I gotta use the restroom again. But thank you guys for tuning in. I know we're kind of going slow right now. We're trying to learn CSS, and I feel like CSS is harder than HTML, in my opinion. But anyway, thank you guys. Have a great day. Talk to you guys later.